Well, the reason why I chose to do this online dating experience was because I felt like there wasn't a lot of options on campus and I wanted to explore my horizons.
I chose to date online because my friends were doing it and they kind of convinced me to do it.
So the reason why I chose to date online is because, well, for one, I wanted something different.
Well, it kind of had to do with peer pressure. And it was like everyone was doing it, so I was like, okay, why? I should do it too.
I was being a follower. One of my friends, one of my close friends told me, she was telling me about, I forgot what it was. I said, let me just try it out. And then I was like, and then I kept getting like catfishes.
I chose to online date because of the person that I was talking to online. He lives close to me, but soon after we started dating, he moved to New Jersey, so we decided to stay with each other.
When it comes to online dating, I can't say it's something that I chose to do. It was more so something that just happened.
I chose to date online because it's not like people would see me in person and be like, oh, she likes girls or whatever. Because like I get a lot of dudes try to talk to me every day. So you wouldn't just look at me and be like, oh, she's gay.
Yes, I had a negative experience with dating online, and it was kind of like being catfish. So I was talking to this guy. We were like in this group chat, and we started talking. We was like, okay, I like him, he likes me. We start dating, and it was like really hard because it was just like on the phone talking, or like I don't think like back then nobody was like really into video calling and stuff like that, so it's just like regular call and texting. And so I was just like, okay, I want to meet you in person. I want to make sure that the person I'm actually talking to is the person that I see on the profile picture. So it was like, okay, I could stop by, and so he did, and was not what I was expecting. Like, he was the same person, but he was short. Like, I saw him and I was just like, okay, well, I think you lost a few inches.
So my experience, it went fairly well. I've learned that there are some crazy people out there, and I have learned that there are some good people out there that do want a committed relationship. Well, I feel as if you're not going to find a committed relationship online. I don't advise anyone to go online to find a really committed, solid relationship. So the majority of people online that I've encountered, well, I've encountered about like 3 or 4, maybe less, probably like 2 or 3 that I remembered, where, how can I say, to put it in layman terms, they were very weird.
My experience, it was okay. I got catfished for like maybe once. But never got scammed, but I've definitely been catfished.
My experience was pretty good. We really liked each other. We felt like we could stay together because it was more, we really liked each other's personality. We felt like there was more to, well, we felt like there could be more to a relationship than, just having to see someone every single day if you really like that person. But we were together for 3 years, but a little bit after a year, probably it got really hard because it was difficult to trust that person because you weren't there every day. You're not there every day. You don't really know if they're telling you the truth or not.
My experience with online dating, I would say it's neutral. I had good experiences and I had bad experiences. So in a way, it kind of levels out.
Yes, I did have a negative experience dating online. That negative experience is the fact that I was being accused of I was accused of cheating, which I was not cheating. I don't cheat.
No, I did not have a negative experience. I was just like, I ain't got time for it. I don't have time. I have too much. I'm too busy for this.
I have had an experience where I got catfish. The girl put on, like, her pictures was really cute or whatever. Then I met her in person because she stayed in my city. And I pulled up at her house. She was a whole different person. I was like, hold on. This is not the same person I seen in the picture. Another experience that I had with, okay, I'm gonna just do two experiences. The one I had with the girl and then the one I had with the dude or whatever. The dude was like this nice gentleman or whatever until we met in person. Then he got like really over control.
I feel like dating online does, in a way, affect interpersonal communication. In the way of like, certain people do feel comfortable talking more so behind the screen than in person. Like some people aren't as bold in person. But I don't really think it has a big effect. It does have a small effect, but I don't think that it has a big effect.
I do think dating online affects interpersonal communications because dating online, you have different, what's the word I'm looking for? Because dating online, you have different, I can't think of the word, challenges or obstacles.
I think that dating online affects interpersonal communications, but I think it affects it more positively than negatively because I feel like it's easier to communicate your feelings because that person's not right there in front of you, and you don't really feel the pressure of them judging you. You don't feel the pressure of messing up because you can't see them. So, it's kind of like you're talking to yourself in a way.
Certain people who don't feel comfortable approaching people, yes. And for some people that don't really care, then no. Because for some people that are really shy and that fear that rejection face to face, they can run to social media.
Yes, I think that dating online affects interpersonal communication because when you're communicating with someone in general or with your partner, you don't really get to see their real emotions. And with that being said, I feel like you should date whoever, but offline.
Of course, both negatively and positively. Negatively is like you're interacting with people around you less, like I'm talking about in real life, and you're like letting every other person who could meet your standards or who's like your ideal partner just pass you by because you're committed to this one person that's probably X amount of miles away from you. And then there are people who can catfish you or who can be very keyboard confident, like claiming something that they're not or saying that they're this, that, and the third to make them seem like the ideal partner. And then when it comes down to talking to them, you're realizing, wow, this person's not what I thought they were. But a positive side is that it can encourage diversity in a way because like you're talking to somebody who lives in like a different area than you. Like you get to know that person and how that in the area that they grew up, and you get to like learn a couple of things. And well, some might say, oh, you can have diversity within like your everyday life, like school or something like that, but there are shy people who exist and they might not be as bold to go up to talk to a person and start a conversation with them. I say that because I'm one of those people. If somebody doesn't start a conversation first, I'm not talking. That's just how it is.
The one-on-one connection, you don't really feel that. When you're dating someone online, you don't really get to truly know that person because there's like a barrier between like each other.
Well, I would say it does a little bit. It just depends on how you want to put it.
I definitely think online dating can be toxic because, I would say in my relationship, when I was online dating, it was very toxic because I feel like I would say, you know, whatever I wanted to, because like as I was saying earlier, your brain isn't really computing that there's somebody, you know, else there, that there's another human being you're talking to. So I would just say outlandish things. Like I would say, you know, I would speak my mind, but you're not really supposed to do that, because, you know, people have feelings and you can't just talk to them any kind of way. And I felt like, you know, I could do that because I wasn't seeing another person on the line. You know, I wasn't seeing how they would react. Like in my in-person relationships, you know, as soon as I saw that someone was upset, you know, got angry with me, I would like try to low down my tone. I would try to, you know, say things differently, because, you know, I don't want them to be upset. I don't like seeing that. It makes me feel bad. But when you're, you know, online, texting, calling, you don't really see that. So it's hard to understand that. So that can be toxic, and that can definitely lead to mental health issues, because you're actively hurting that person's feelings, disregarding their feelings in that sense.
I mean, any relationship can be toxic, whether you meet the person offline or online. A toxic relationship can happen if you're not communicating with them right. If you're not, you know, if you're not communicating with them right. You know, if you don't see the red flags at all, you know what I'm saying? Offline relationships occur just like, you know, like that, not communicating, not seeing the red flags, just like online relationship datings, if you're not communicating well, or if you're not seeing the red flags. You know, when I had my POF or Tinder, you know, experiences, I saw red flags when, you know, they messaged me first or whatever. When, or even the bios, when I read the bios, it was just hookups and, what is it called? Just little, I want to have menage a trois. Or when they message me, the way that they approach me or whatever, it was a red flag for me, you know, or for people that want to take it to the next step, right? Like they would converse with each other every day, and when they really get into a committed relationship, because, you know, they'll tell you how many miles apart you are from each other. So when you actually meet and you are like, let's say 4 months on end, and you're not really talking to each other like you used to, it's gonna be toxic because you're not talking to each other. Now you're on Tinder again trying to find another person like you did with John Doe, and now it's all hectic. So it's,
And online dating causes toxicity and impact your mental health. Yes. I say this because I went through it with my first relationship.
I'll say this to everybody. If you're thinking about dating online, don't do it. Just date within your city. Date somebody that knows your people. Dating online is very toxic. I have lost myself behind females, dudes. I lost myself behind them, and I met these people online. If I would have never went online, I would have been in a better mind state. I'm not gonna say they're the reason why I am like how I am, but I mean, if I never met these people, I would have never felt like in depression mode. I probably would have felt in depression mode, but not about them. So this one girl or whatever that I met online, we were dating for 5 years. We met up 2 or 3 times. We stayed 4 hours away from each other. And it's like I lost myself behind her. I started eating. Well, I'm not gonna say losing weight. I started gaining weight. Like anybody that knows me, I was like this little. Started gaining weight out of nowhere. Like I was highly depressed. I woke up, I would blame everything on me. Like, oh, it's my fault. No, it's not your fault. You cannot beat yourself up about it. But y'all, long story short, we ain't gonna talk about my problems. Long story short, if you want to meet somebody online, don't do it. Like I haven't had one. Well, I had one situation where I met a good dude or whatever, but he was out of it in his mind. People bring evil spirits. People bring evil spirits into your home. They can these spirits can come over the phone. People, you got to be careful who you let come in your life. But y'all, stay offline. It's definitely not safe anymore with all the sex trafficking and everything going on.
No, I don't think online dating affects your mental health and it's toxic. I don't think so.
Yes, I think that dating online can be toxic and can affect your mental health, because when you're dating someone online, you don't really spend as much time together as you wish you would, because it might be because of distance. And so it's like, it kind of plays with you mentally. You're thinking, oh, is this person really loyal to me, or are they like seeing someone else and I'm just sitting here waiting for us to meet up one day and have a happy life, and the whole time they're having a happy life with someone else. And it's like, you start to like question yourself, and then you start to question them.
In certain cases, I do kind of think that dating online can be toxic. In certain circumstances, it really can.
Yes, people really need to be aware. They should be. Like, I had to be aware that, because I was one of those people. I didn't really want a relationship. I just wanted to go places. So I would use people and their money and their car. So they would like take me to go out to eat and whatever. Even if I was here in Miami Gardens and when I was at home. And I would never tell them that. Like, they really wanted like a solid relationship or friendship. And I wouldn't tell them, but I would be like, no. I would just shy away from it. But it's really important to like be careful, and especially with catfishes, you should at least like ask for pictures. And even with pictures, they can, ask their friends for pictures. So if you have an iPhone, if you don't have an iPhone, ask them to Skype or OVO and things like that, because things like these are real.
Yes, they should be aware of the consequences that come with online dating. My reasons why I think that people should be aware of the consequences that come with online dating is because, for one, catfish is a very popular thing that goes on online, and people tend to fake it on social media versus being in real time, in real life.
I think people should be aware of the negative effects. I feel like they should be aware that it's hard to trust someone, through online dating. And I feel like people should be more aware of catfishing, because, a lot of people are gullible. And I feel like, they should, and there's a lot of scams out there, and I feel like people should really, be more aware and more mindful.
Yes, I do believe people should be aware of the consequences of online dating, because people, in this day and time, people is very crazy, very weird. They can follow you, you can be stalked, you can be killed because somebody was actually want you, and it's just crazy.
Yes, I do think people should be more aware of the negative effects of online dating, because like, you want to go out there, you want to experience life with someone else, but you also want to make sure that when you do sign up for online dating, it's like you're getting something beneficial out of it, and not like, oh, you're going there and then you're just getting all the negative. So it's like, you warn someone before they do it, and then it's just up to them to be like, okay, do I really want to do the online dating thing, or do I want to do the traditional dating? And you just leave it up to them, but you do give them like the benefits and the cons, the pros and cons to it, so that they'll know.
Yes, I feel like more people should know that, like, it's better, like, okay, I also learned this in church. It's better, like, people send negative energy and evil spirits through the phone, believe it or not, y'all. So it's better if you, like, date somebody, like, I'm not gonna say, like, you got a note on the date, but, like, it's better if you date somebody that's in your city and they mama know your mama, they daddy know your daddy, something like that, versus dating somebody online that you don't know nothing about. These people carry evil spirits, and it's not good. It's not good for the mind, body, or soul.
Nowadays, with what's going on in the world now, like with a lot of like people getting kidnapped, and drug trafficking stuff, I do feel like people need to be a little more cautious with online dating, and they do need to be aware that there are people out there who are scamming people and catfishing people, and you have to keep in mind that until you meet somebody, you don't know who you're dealing with. So you really have to be careful, especially dating online.
Do people need to be more aware when it comes to online dating? Of course. Because you don't know who that person is on the other side of the screen. Like, you honest to God don't know them as well as you think you may know them, because a lot of people want to display their best parts and want to hide their worst parts in themselves. So it's just like, you think that they're the most perfect person, like that's your Prince Charming, that is your Cinderella, you guys were meant to be together and have a happily ever after. But if you decide to like just up and leave just to be with this person because you feel like you are so in love with this person that you want to be with them for the rest of your life, and you come to find out that they have another side to them that is like hurtful to them but also to you as well, who are you going to turn to in an unknown town where you don't talk to nobody because they keep you like isolated and you can't reach out to your friends, you can't reach out to your family, and they loom a threat over your life. So you have the biggest fear of trying to run away or trying to gain help. Be aware of the person that you talk to. Don't be so trusting and so opening, and don't let your heart rule your head, because love is blind and it can lead you to the most stupidest decisions that can get you hurt in the end. Not to be pessimistic, but it's just, I'm being realistic. There are some people who have the most happiest moments of their life meeting their boyfriend and girlfriend after dating online for X amount of time.